Okay, so this presentation is going to assume one of two things. The first one is that you were running a business in a brick and mortar location and you were used to having people come to your office and you providing services that way. Another assumption that we're going to make in this presentation is that maybe you weren't doing that already and you're looking to start offering virtual services that you weren't offering before. Why? Because COVID-19 has possibly had you to shift from what you were doing previously and what you're doing now. Another reason is maybe your client demographic is asking you for more, access to you without having to come to the office, right? So that's going to be the assumptions we're having here. Also, that we're assuming that you're providing a service-based business. So you're providing services directly to the client, not necessarily selling a product. So this is where we're coming from in terms of this presentation. Okay. Now, there's going to be pros and cons to doing services virtually as opposed to doing it in person. One of the benefits that we can go into is the low overhead. There's going to be less utility costs. Maybe you don't have to pay a lease in a brick and mortar location, and you're going to be more accessible to your clients. Of course, it's going to be to those tech savvy clients, those that have the technology and know how to use it. In addition, I find that there's less downtime between when one appointment ends and one begins. And so that allows for being able to see more clients in a day and being a little bit more productive. And I also found that the appointments are shorter, right? And people, when you're meeting with them by Zoom, they're focused, they're just asking what they need to ask, and then they get off the presentation. Yeah. So we're going to talk about, the software that you need to have or consider having. Also, how to stay connected with your clients. We'll go into appointment apps that will help you schedule your appointments with your clients, and also billing apps that allow you to collect money virtually, right? And one of the first things that I want to highlight is that when you offer virtual services, you're going to be asking people for money over the internet. You're going to be asking people for personal information on the phone. And so what I'm trying to highlight is that there needs to be a high level of trust between you and the person that you're doing a service business for. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that they kind of know who you are prior to meeting with you. And the way to do that is to make sure that you have a website that gives information about who you are, what you do, how they can contact you. Make sure you're also visible on Yelp, Google, and LinkedIn, and different platforms so that they can see that you are running a business, and that if they had any issues, they would be able to contact you afterwards. I think that's one of the biggest things that you want to make sure that you have in place prior to offering virtual services. Actually, prior to offering any kind of services, right? Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, we'll continue on. Okay. The software that you'd have to have in place is there's options like 17 Hats. It's a customer relationships management software that allows you to input your contacts, their contact information, email, phone numbers. It allows you to take notes of when you meet with them, what services you're offering for them, and it has some nice reporting features. My case, 17 Hats, we have and different programs are out there such as Clio. So you want to try a couple of these softwares out. A lot of them have free trials so that you can see which program works best for you. In addition, you'll want to invest in form preparation software. But one of my favorite softwares is Ring Central. That's the one that allows me to take calls at the office. It also rings on my cell phone. It has great video meeting features um, based by Zoom. And then we have Grasshopper, which is a phone line that also allows you to take calls at the office, and it goes directly to your phone as well. So again, try different programs, see what works for you. But the most important part is stay connected. During these times when your clients cannot come to your office directly, you want to make sure that you are still providing that connection that they need, reassurance that you're working on their files, even though they're not sitting in front of you while you do it. Um, you want to get the work done, and that's how they're going to feel that you're providing a great service, and keep them updated on their case. Okay, so staying connected is very important since we're not physically working together. I mentioned Ring Central earlier, right? Send them text messages, um, pick up their calls, and then also Zoom um, offers Zoom appointments, and have a backup. You know, Skype is a good backup. So if Zoom is down, you have a different program that you can use, maybe Google Chat or something. The important thing is be prepared. And if you don't have any existing work with the clients, a good way to, one, generate work, or two, to stay connected with your clients or past clients, is to use this opportunity to do email blasts. For example, you can send them a email campaign that lets them know, Happy Mother's Day, or let them know, what the court schedule is right now. Are they taking filings by Dropbox, or are they allowing you to come and put them at the court counter? So, keeping your clients informed during these times is a great way to connect with them, but also to remind them that you're still here and ready to take on their new cases. So there's a couple of appointment tools that you can use, and some of these offer free programs. Some of them have free trials, but I'll tell you one thing, they are all very much worth it, right? And so again, check them out, see which one works best for you. But given that you're now doing virtual services, possibly, you're going to have a little bit less time, um, you know, and so you want to make sure that you have the tools in place that help you continue to stay effective and productive, and that doesn't require that you be the person to make that calendar appointment, right? I know once I got Acuity scheduling, prior to that, I would talk to the clients on the phone, and they would ask for an appointment, and they would go back and forth between 3 days, 5 different times, and the scheduling just took too long. But once I had Acuity scheduling, I would just send them a link. They scheduled themselves. They would call me to reschedule, but I would just send them the link again. And so clients are now rescheduling themselves, scheduling themselves, and it's one less thing that I have to worry about. And I'm able to now focus on client work or client development, right? Every little bit helps of time that you can get back into your day. The most important part about going virtual is making sure you still get paid, right? Don't make it difficult for clients to bring you money. Um, Prior to the pandemic, I was working mostly with a target demographic that liked to pay with cash. And so they were really struggling with getting money to me because, again, the whole trust issue. They want to make sure that when they make a payment, it's going to the right person, that the person did receive it, and that their account is going to be credited. And so that's, of course, the most important thing when you're providing a service is that you're getting paid for it. And so there's been, a shift in how we collect our money when we're not able to see the clients directly. Of course, we do Square invoices. Some people use QuickBooks invoices. A lot of our clients who previously were paying cash are now paying with PayPal or with Zelle. Again, not all of these clients are going to have access to these different formats of payment. So you have to just figure out what works for your clients. I do have some people that come and drop off envelopes of money orders in my mail slot. So again, don't make it difficult for the clients to pay you. Have systems in place. Okay. Next, we'll talk about some of the possible challenges in doing this. So we know what the benefits are. Some of the pros and cons are you lose personal touch, right? Most people, they like to come in, shake your hand, give you a hug, and that was great, right? But now with the whole virtual thing, they're gonna miss that. And so just be patient. Sometimes they're gonna wanna call you and talk for 10 minutes and really catch up. Just be patient, listen to them. Also, not everyone has access to technology and computers. So again, be flexible. Don't force someone to use the Zoom or the Skype. Perhaps the WhatsApp app and the video features on that app is easiest for them. It's already installed in their phones. It's how they communicate with others abroad. And so be flexible on making sure that you're providing your clients with access to you, even though they don't have technology. Also, the lack of structure can be a challenge. What I mean by that is clients are going to want to have access to you possibly before 8 and after 5, times when you don't have business hours, because it's so easy to send you a text or send you an email. So you want to make sure that you create office hours and you stick to them. And the reason for that is because you want to provide consistency for your client and the services that you offer, but at the same time be able to carve out some time for you, for relaxation, turn off, your mind of work, and be able to be with your family. So that's really important so the next time you come to work, you're fresh, relaxed, and ready to help all of your clients. So just a few final tips. So you want to stay organized and have systems in place. You want to test. Make sure that if you do purchase the Ring Central account, that it's ringing to the right phones at the right time. Make sure that your Zoom, the video is working, that you have good audio. And then always communicate next steps with clients so that they always know at what stage their case is at. And that's gonna keep them from asking you, every 5 days, how's my case going? How's my case going? How's my case going? Just make sure that you're connecting with them in that manner. And so that concludes our presentation. We hope that you enjoyed it. And we're now going to go into the Q&A portion. Mia, do we have any questions from the participants?
None.
None? Okay. Mia, do you have any questions?
None.
Okay. And then I see Carmen's on the line. I'm not sure if Carmen has any questions. No? Okay. Well, without further ado, this concludes our presentation. We are so happy that you were able to join us. If you just started your business and we're excited for you.
Wait, I have a question. I couldn't get unmuted. I have technical difficulties. So out of all of the programs, which one do you feel, I mean, Ring Central obviously is like a dual provider where you can use it virtually, you can use it in your office. But what other platform or service provider do you recommend, or is your favorite that you use virtually and in your office?
So like you mentioned, I do like Ring Central because it's an all-in-one, business platform for calls, video meetings, texting. And because the number one um, thing that you want to do with providing services is communicate with clients, I believe that Ring Central is one of the best programs if you want to invest into something like that. One of the best programs that you can put in your business. It's a great investment. That was a great question, Carmen. Thank you.
And I think the question was, aside from Ring Central, what other program do you think is good for the virtual paralegal?
Okay. So my case is a program called the Customer Relationship Management Software. And so that's the one where you're going to input your contacts and you're going to put in, their case names. And at the beginning, when you're first starting a business, you might not have to invest that much in those kinds of softwares. You're able to, keep track of your clients through Post-its or maybe writing notes in the Outlook feature of your email. But as you grow, right, you're going to need more access to more bells and whistles. And so I believe that my case, it's, approximately $59 a month. There is a free 7-day trial, so you can try it. That program has access to invoicing. And so it's an all around great way to just run your business efficiently. Um, it, it's a great investment. You start making more money just by having that in place. But like I mentioned earlier, as you're starting out, maybe it's not necessary to, have that system in place, but definitely it's a must have as your business grows. And if you want your business to grow as well, it's very important given that um, you want to make sure that you keep track of all of your clients and you have systems in place, such as being able to create templates, things that you're constantly doing over and over. So you're saving time and that allows you to get the work out on time and be able to get more referrals in. So you're actually making more money by being more organized. Thank you, Mia, for allowing me to clarify that. All right. Well, again, we'd like to thank you for being in this presentation, and we'll see you at the next one. What we're also doing right now is we're going to start creating workshops on running immigration classes, and we're putting our events in from the legal professional's perspective on Facebook. So hopefully you're following us on that so that you can get access to information about current legal events, events coming up, and the other classes that we will be offering in the future. Some of them are paid programs, some of them are free, such as this one. We want to make sure that everyone has access to information, and we're really excited that you're part of this group. All right.
Okay, and we did have another question in the chat, and that is, how can someone get a hold of you after the presentation?
Okay, that's a great question. So again, my name is Elizabeth Olvera. My email address is eo@elizabetholvera.com. Mia's going to put the information in the chat right now. And also, you guys can reach me on Facebook, send me a Facebook message. And like I said, you guys I'm running my own business, so I'm more than happy to give you guys information on any tips and tricks. Thank you, Mia. Yeah.